SAD-ist animation. Okay, we're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch this. This, I've watched it at least like 8 times now. I made my mom watch it and everything. So, I made my dad watch it too, actually. And he was like, I don't remember this part of the Dream SMP. We're gonna watch it one time just through, and then the second time I'm just gonna skip to like 3 or 4 little parts that I want to point out. Okay? Okay.
All right, Turbo.
Best of
Let's
luck.
do this.
I love her Tubbo design.
Thank you, everybody. And I'll see you all when I get home.
When we get home.
get
Yeah,
home.
yeah.
Oh,
well,
wait.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is where you when you get home, you're gonna sack
Pick you up. I wanna...
Tommy.
What?
Yeah.
The realism of this part like really got to me when I was watching it, because it's like it puts it all into perspective. You know what I mean? Because that whole part, okay, I lied. We're just gonna watch it once and I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna pause as we're going through. Because like that whole part right there, the art is honestly gorgeous. And like that whole part right there, it really puts into perspective, like Dream really made these like 2 kids go out like all this way, like in this boat and everything. And they climbed, like they scaled this really steep mountain. Like when you put it into like a realistic perspective like that, it's really like interesting, honestly. Oh, and that part right there, because that part is like, it's like that's this current disc, like disc battle, and then it's goes back to the first one when they were first fighting for it. And then this transition into Mellow High. Oh my god, when I first watched that, and this is like them when they're younger and everything, and you can tell like that they're so much younger here too. And like literally when I first watched it, that part gave me chills, like the music transition. And how like each of the like fighting beats is on beat with the music.
I've got it! Tommy, he's killing me!
Tommy, he's gonna die.
He's killing you.
Tommy, he's gonna die. He's gonna die, Tommy. Make your decision. Tubbo dies, or you give me the disc. If I can control the
And, like,
things
the
that
way too, like that they're both standing, I really like that like depiction, because like you can tell it's more like anger and like more like guarded on his part, but on his part he's like very just like more scared and like almost like accepting of his fate, and he's already accepting of his fate. You know what I mean? You can tell before he's even
the things
know,
that
like-
people are attached to, then I can control the server again. Because this isn't Tommy SMP or Tubbo SMP, it's Dream SMP, right?
this part
So I
too.
can
This part too, because
control the server.
he has, oh, of course I would stop it right there, but like how this, because I'm gonna connect it like right afterwards, but how he's like the puppeteer in this, because he has all the threads connected to everybody's like things that they're connected, like their emotions, their like everything, like their what was the word he used? What was the word he used?
Server again. Because this isn't Tommy SMP, then I can control the server again. Because this isn't Tommy SMP or Tubbo SMP, it's Dream SMP, right? So I can control the server.
So their attachments, so their attachments, like he's in control of all their attachments. It's in his hand. He's like the puppet master. Sapnap, oh my god, SAD-ist.
What am I without you?
Yourself?
Turbo. Even though for this entire server, I've always regarded you as my sidekick. Really, Turbo. I was your sidekick. Just please don't go.
That part, man, that part.
Puns?
I'm sorry, Dream. But you should have paid me more.
And then when this too, right here specifically, you can tell that she intentionally drew Ranbu in his Enderwalk state. The line yourself was improvised. Like so much of this is improvised, and it's honestly like just from as somebody who's like a theater person, like a theater kid and everything, and has been through everything like when it comes to like improv training and everything. It's amazing, like the lines that they come up with. But you could tell that he's like in his Enderwalk state, and that's so like, I don't know, that's just such attention to detail that I really like. Quackity and Sapnap! And I really like too, I don't know if it was intentional, but how it's like like the couples next to each other, you know what I mean? Like with Sapnap and Quackity and like Honk and Sam, you know, and also because like this was before like they had the falling out, before they had a falling out and everything, you know? And like, and it's like, because then they had the egg arc and everything, and then like, I don't know, I think it's just cool. And this part, oh my god, I was talking about this part right here because you can tell he's like, Dream is just as shocked, and this is like the first time that we really see, aside from like when he's like, whenever he's interacting with like a mass of people, I didn't know, literally, dude, I'm like, oh my god, like I always pick apart like her animations so much, like their animations are so good, and with attention to detail and stuff, and I love symbolism and detail. So like whenever like in all the ones like progressively, like as the animations go through, Dream slowly starts putting the mask more over his face. Like in the first one you can see more of his face, but then it slowly becomes more covered in his face. And the thing is like right here there's like the split second of weakness, and I think the thing is with him it's supposed to kind of like symbolize, because without the mask on it's more of a weakened state, but it's like when he has the mask on it's like this character that he's able to portray himself as, and he feels more confident and comfortable. So he's taken aback, but then instantly he puts the mask back on and then goes to attack them. You see what I mean by that? It's like it's what the point of the mask is.
Over
exactly.
to behind.
Hey.
Step away from them.
Oh, and then that part too, and especially because it was Sapnap saying this that made him realize that it's over for him. You know what I mean? And so these things that he thought would allow him to have control over the server is the thing that has control over him now. And exactly, he's become, instead of being the puppet master and having the control of all these threads to all these people, he's now been tangled up by these threads. You know, the things that he thought, and it was Sapnap, because, you know, Sapnap's like his best friend, so it's like, Sapnap was the one that made him snap out of it. Not snap out of it, but like in the sense of like, it made it kind of finalize and realize and stuff, that it's like, this is the thing that made him realize like these things that he thought would help him control the server now have control over him, you know?
You know what, you son of a bitch, you told me everything. You said, no, I've done all the listening I need to do now. Have you got any last words?
Tommy, you don't need to kill me. Tommy, we were friends.
And see that part too, because that's the whole representation, like with the mask, how the mask is like, it's what helps him keep like this like persona, like this in control manipulator and everything. I want to call attention to the fact that there's so much angst possible with Sapnap making good on his promise if Dream ever escaped. I know, oh my god. And literally I've talked about this before. I think that when Dream eventually escapes, I think the place he's gonna hide out is Kinoko Kingdom. This is why I think he's gonna hide out in Kinoko Kingdom, because it's just honestly just oddly perfect, the fact that Quackity isn't there with his fiancés, but his fiancés are there. And there's only a couple people on the server that would actually be okay / wouldn't care about hiding Dream. And the thing is that these people would be probably Carl, because he's more indifferent towards it. He wasn't there for this part. Neither was George. And George is more favorable towards Dream, as we've seen like throughout the little things that he does and stuff, and the fact that he misses him in his dreams and stuff. And then Tommy being all serious and yeah, we're gonna get to that. And then Sapnap. The thing is, George could either A, keep Dream hidden from Sapnap, or B, somehow get him to change his heart, you know, or like get Carl to help him change his heart about it. And the thing is, the only person we know that for sure, like of like the Carl Napady duo, like trio, for example, like that we know for sure, like wouldn't be okay with like housing Dream, would be Quackity. So I just feel like it's oddly perfect that Quackity wasn't invited to Los Nevadas. Like from a story standpoint, like I feel like that's setting up something like that the only place on the server that would be safe, at least for a little bit, for Dream is Kinoko Kingdom. But getting back to this right here, how he's still keeping his calm demeanor, his like manipulative, because this was right after Exile, so his manipulative and calm demeanor towards Tommy, he's trying to still like manipulate him, and he has the mask on, and he doesn't start panicking until he has the mask off.
Tommy, you don't need to kill me. Tommy, we were friends.
So see how he's like, and then
Tommy, we were friends!
That's when he becomes desperate. And then finally Tommy takes control over the manipulation, and he doesn't allow himself to be manipulated anymore. And that's why he steps on the mask, and it's broken now. So that whole trance, that whole control he has over him is broken. And I think that that's what that part symbolizes. And I think that's so cool. That part, oh, that part makes me so happy.
Stop! Listen.
This is it. The acts of peace.
Tommy, I can bring people back to life.
The acts of peace.
Somebody pointed out too, I saw this, how like it's now like his shadows in the shape of a pawn, because you remember like in the last one how he was describing Tommy and Tobo as his pawns and stuff. So I thought that was
the acts of
A?
Listen.
Hey! Dream, you just lied.
I
You just-
love how she animated that part too, because the thing is, like, you can easily take it like as a write-off that you wouldn't want to include, but it makes so much sense the way that she animated, because he does like he says like, I can bring people back to life, and he's like, eh? Then he does the kind of like, Dream, all you do is lie. You know what I mean? Like, he does that thing.
Listen.
Hey!
Like, it's like this incredulous type of response, but then it's like this realization of like, Dream, you can't really expect me to believe you, you know? Like, he does that, like, composure.
Dream, you just
see
lied.
what I
You
mean?
there
Like,
is no
Tommy, if
reason.
I die, then death is permanent. Well, if I die, then Wilbur's dead forever. Wilbur.
And this, like, being the parallel, I know there's, like, one of her previous animations, like, the parallel, because, like, there was this part, I forget which one it's in, but, like, this part in one of their previous animations where, like, Wilbur has his hand on Tommy's shoulder, and it's, like, mimics that. If we have a Dream SMP analysis talk, would be nice to... Yeah! Listen, if you guys would be down for that, I could try to get that planned for some, especially, like, in October, because I want to do more variety stuff in October.
Hello? Hello, have you missed me? I'm proud.
That transition to the animation right there is so beautiful. Podcast type would be, honestly. This little frame of Tommy is just my favorite thing. This is my favorite drawing of Tommy from SAD-ist ever. Just this right here. I love it so much. And somebody pointed out Tubbo's feet don't even touch the ground, and I don't know why that made me so soft. God, hearing Wilbur say that he never cared about Limamber to Tommy shattered me because Tommy sacrificed for that country. Wilbur is just, yeah. He said that he, like, admitted to, who was it? He admitted to somebody recently, semi-recently, that he didn't actually mean that. You know what I mean? This tree is drawn so good. I know. Oh my God. SAD-ist. I can't believe this. And then the Animal Crossing music. I love that little, like, idea that it's like the Animal Crossing music is like on, you know, that music box or on that disc.
You ready? Yeah. Did we? Dream SMP Season 3, baby!
That part's so cute. I love that part. But oh my God, literally, SAD-ist is amazing. Their animations and their art. If it wasn't for SAD-ist, I wouldn't have gotten into, like, the Dream SMP fandom, which subsequently I wouldn't have gotten into Minecraft content creation, which even further on, I wouldn't have gotten the nerve to start content creation. So honestly, I owe so much to SAD-ist because I would have never been introduced to, like, Dream and all these people. And Dream's, like, ability to make something, like, is what made me feel like I could maybe make something too. So, you know, honestly, if it weren't for SAD-ist, I would have never even gotten into the Dream SMP.
You ready? Yeah. Did we? Dream SMP Season 3, baby!